welcome back to my channel. Today I am in my idea of teacher heaven, which is my local Lakeshore Learning store. I'm going to be shopping their back to school sale. It runs now through September 1st. In store they are featuring doorbusters up to 50% off and thousands of other items 20% off. If you do not have a store near you, you can still shop online and save 20% on hundreds of items, and I even have a coupon code for you that I'm gonna share at the end of the video. Before I start shopping, I do wanna say thank you to Lakeshore Learning for sponsoring this video. As many of you know, I have been using Lakeshore products in my classroom since my first year of teaching, and I have been honored to partner with Lakeshore for the past year and a half. I truly love their products. They're all high quality and their brand always has teachers in mind. So I'm gonna take you along with me as I shop through the store and get some goodies for my classroom. I am now home from shopping and I cannot wait to show you everything that I got. I have it all laid out in front of me and I'm just itching to tell you about it. But first, I did want to share a couple of freebies that I got by shopping in store. If you are not part of the teacher club with Lakeshore Learning, you definitely need to sign up. It's free to sign up. And when you shop there, they have different offers and freebies that you can get, especially during back to school time. Right now, if you spend $20 or more in store, you get this free lesson plan book. I absolutely love the cover this year. The layout of it is super simple, so it can easily be adapted to any lesson planning style. You also can get different reusable bags, and I love carrying these in my classroom because I'm constantly taking things back and forth between home and school, and this makes it super easy to carry things. And I love that you can fold them up and reuse them time and time again. And again, they were free. Now we're gonna jump into my purchases. And I will say that this year I tried to be very strategic and I tried to pick items that were more academic focused rather than just going and getting decor items. As much as I love decorating my classroom, there's only a certain extent that that can benefit your students. So I really wanted to find items that I felt were going to help them, especially in the area of math. So let me show you all of the math goodies that I got. First of all, I got this multiplication reference sheet. This is a pad of 30, and I think my plan is actually to laminate these with my personal laminator and then have them available for my students to use, because that way I can reuse them year after year and don't have to purchase new ones. But I love the layout of these. I love that each factor is separate and it has all of the facts for that factor, and I know for some of my students that format works really, really well. Then I also found these multiplication chart stickers. I love to give my students a multiplication chart. I do have a large one as an anchor chart in my classroom, but depending on where my students sit, they can't always see it. So I love to give them a personal one to keep in their math notebook. Now, in years past, I've always printed one from my personal computer and had my students glue it in there, which means it ended up falling out before the end of the school year because they don't put enough glue on it. But I love that these are stickers. That way I know that they will stay in all year. This is only a pack of 20, so it's not enough for my entire class, but that's okay because not all of my students need this extra support. I will strategically give it to the students who I know need the support, and this should be enough to get me through the entire year. Then I found these cutouts of fraction bars. We do a lot with fractions in 4th grade. Again, I have this as an anchor chart in my room, but I love that these cutouts give me the ability to give this smaller size to my students that need it. Now, these are not stickers. These are just thick pieces of paper. However, I've thought about laminating some of them, and then for my students who really need a personal copy, they could either come and get the laminated one, or I may even just glue it in their notebook for them. That way they always have it with them and they can reference it. You also could put these directly on student desks. If your students do not use notebooks, that is definitely a possibility. All right, let's go ahead and move into some other fun math manipulative type things. I found this multiplication tower game and I instantly put it in my basket. I had to have it. One of the areas that my students really struggle is with their math facts, and that's because we don't spend a lot of time with them memorizing their facts. So I love to give them opportunities to work on their fact fluency, and one of my favorite ways to do that is through games. This plays basically like Jenga. You stack up the blocks, students pull them out, and they have to answer the fact on it in order to keep the block. I know that this will be a hit with my kids. They love playing Jenga at recess, so if I can get them practicing their math facts at the same time, I'm all about that. So let's go back to fractions for a second. I did say that fractions are a big skill in 4th grade. We find equivalent fractions, we compare fractions, we add and subtract fractions, we decompose them. It is all over the place. So I'm always looking for different intervention type materials that I can use with my students. So I found these fraction cards and I thought that they were perfect for small group intervention. They have all kinds of different practice problems on them, and I love that they incorporate some of the same strategies that I use with my students. It has them coloring in models, it has them filling in number lines, and all of these different skills that I've taught them, and I love that I can hit them all in one place and I don't have to prep anything. Now this does come with a dry erase pocket, so you can slip them in there and students can complete it with a dry erase marker. And these are actually self-checking. The answers are on one side and the blank one is on the other, so you could have students complete this as a center, or you could have them complete it with you for intervention. Then as I was walking around the store, I found these magnetic and dry erase fraction number lines. I always feel like trying to teach students how to use a number line with fractions can be really difficult. So I love that these provide templates. There are ones where the fractions are already marked, and there's also ones where students can mark them themselves. But because these are a really good size, I can also put them up on my whiteboard. So when I am creating number lines with the class, I already have my template ready to go. This includes 6 number lines. It has fourths, sixths, tenths, and then it does have a blank one where you could add in your own markers. Still on the topic of fractions, I also found this comparing fractions flip book, which I think will come in handy for some of my students who really need to see a visual model. And as opposed to using manipulatives with this, you can easily switch between different types of fractions and it just saves a lot of time. It's also very small and compact, so I only got one for now, but if I use this with my students this year and I find that it's very helpful, I will definitely go back and get more of them. I also got these multiplication write and wipe boards. This comes in a 30 pack, so it's perfect to have one for every one of my students. These are laminated, so students can write on them with a dry erase marker and then it easily comes off. And they are double-sided. As you can see on this side, it has the equation set up, but on the other side, it has a multiplication chart that students can fill in. As soon as I saw these, my mind was already racing with ideas, different ways that I can incorporate this into gameplay with my students, and just work on their fact fluency, but in a fun and engaging way. That is it for the academic-based products, but I do have some fun little goodies that I just got for myself because they make me happy that I'm also excited to show you. I was so excited when I saw this giant classroom timer. It was a doorbuster, originally $40 on sale for $25. Yes, please. There are a couple different ways you can display this in your classroom. It does have a stand, so you could put it on a table, but it's also magnetic, so you could stick it right to your whiteboard. I use a lot of digital timers in my classroom, but sometimes I have to display a website or something on my document camera, and I cannot have a digital timer going at the same time. So this is a great compromise for that. It's large enough that my students can see it even from the back of the classroom. And as opposed to sand timers where they're set for a certain amount of time and you just flip them, I love that you can set your own time on here. It beeps when it's done and it gets all of the students' attention. And if you are not already using timers in your classroom, I highly suggest you try it. Not only does it keep you as the teacher on track, but it also is very helpful for a lot of your students. I also got more people colors. I absolutely love these. I do have several packs of the crayons, which I love. I also have packs of markers that are the Crayola brand, but my students use a lot of colored pencils, and I did not have any of the People Colors colored pencils, so I went ahead and got one pack to start, but again, this will be something that I'll continue to purchase for my classroom and build up my supply. If you do not already own any of these, whether it's the crayons, the markers, the colored pencils, I highly suggest you get them. Even if you think your students don't do a lot of coloring, I'm sure they color from time to time, and having skin tone colors available for them is so important. It helps your students to feel represented, and it helps them feel valued in your classroom. I got these last year, but I got more of them. These are Happy Birthday pencils. This is a 24 pack. Last year I got two 24 packs, which means I had had some left over, so by getting one more 24 pack this year, I am good to go. You all have seen me give my students these birthday cups where it's essentially, it looks like a Frappuccino cup and it has a pencil in it and it has candy and tissue paper to look like whipped cream, and they're super adorable, so I needed to stock up on more of these. Then, of course, I had to get some more scratch and sniff stickers. I remember getting these on my papers as a kid and I loved them. I do try to save, because these are like fancier stickers, you know what I mean? I try to save them for larger assignments like tests and quizzes, but you can never have enough smelly stickers. So I did get these, which have all kinds of different desserts. I got some pizza scented ones, and Billy told me pizza doesn't have a scent, and I think he's wrong. Pizza definitely has a scent, and it's a good scent. And then I got some watermelon ones. These will be perfect for when we go back to school and it's still hot outside. I can't wait, y'all. And last but not least, y'all know I had to get myself some more Bordette. This is my favorite border to use in my classroom. First of all, you get a ton of it in the rolls. Second of all, it's textured, so instead of being completely smooth, it has these ridges, which I really like because it makes my bulletin boards pop, and they come in all of these beautiful bright colors. I personally love to create a double border, so I love to have the white underneath and then the color on top, and again, it just makes them pop, so I had to get more white. I got more green, and I also got this blue color. I love to use the green for my math bulletin board, and then I will be teaching reading this next year, so I will have the blue for my reading bulletin board. That is everything that I grabbed on my haul. I'm currently looking at all of it and I just feel so inspired to get back into my classroom. I don't know about you, maybe I'm just weird. Don't forget, if you are wanting to grab some items from Lakeshore, the back to school sale ends on September 1st, so do not wait. If you have a store near you, I highly suggest you shop in store, but if you can't, you can shop online as well. If you are shopping online, I do have a coupon code for you. This coupon will get you free shipping with a minimum $59 purchase. Just use code NLL177 at checkout to get that discount. I also will put it down in the description box as well. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I also would love to know what your favorite item was from this haul, so leave a comment down below. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you do not miss any future videos. As always, thank you for watching. I love you all so much. Don't forget to put your positive pants on, and I will catch you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of this video and for supporting my YouTube channel. If you want to check out any of my older videos, you can use the 2 links right down here. If you want to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future videos, you can use the link right up here. The links to all of my social media sites, my Teachers Pay Teacher store, my merchandise store, and my Amazon store are in the description box, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.